right. Thank you, Mr. Donnie, for taking this time out to have an interview with me concerning your music career.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna go straight off the bat. Start off with question number one. And my question to you, sir, is when and where did your gift in music and singing start?
Shoot, man. I want to say, man, and I actually don't know exactly the exact moment, but I remember my mom telling me that as I was in her belly, she could tell it was music. So I always say from even before birth, and she said she would sing to me in her belly, and I want to say that, but actually when I was out as a young man or young boy, young child, I want to say when it really got serious is about the age of seven or eight. Yeah, that's when I wrote my first song. Yeah.
My next question is that do you remember your very first song you ever played?
Yeah, man, I was sitting at our church. It was called the Yellow Tin Building, and it was called Jesus is the Light of My Life. And we used to have this upright piano sitting against the wall in the church, and I just began it just began to come to me, and I began to sing.
So you know that you was in a group called Sons of Thunder.
Yeah, SOT.
SOT, yes sir. So my question with that is, how did the group started? At what part did you play in it?
Okay, so my cousin Andre T. Campbell, we were riding, I think we were on our way to Texas. We was headed to a revival, and we just was talking, man. He was like, man, we need to start a group, man. You know, and he's the first one to actually introduce me to the Clark Sisters and Commission. I had never heard of them. Witness and all these great groups. And he's like, man, we need to start a group. And we started our group. Actually, it was me, Terry, Andre T. Campbell, Marcus Spraggins. We was on our way to Texas, and we started our group. And it went on from there. Yeah.
So what part did you play in it, like?
Man, so we was the Sons of Thunder. So I want to say I was the Thunder. The reason why everybody would call up on me to always growl or sing real strong. So yeah, I was actually tenor. I would do the tenor part, and we actually had a pretty good group, man, back in.
When was the turning point that you knew that your gift was needed for the world?
Wow. My mom prophesied over my hands and my voice when I was 5 years old. Not saying that I remembered, but that is what I go back to, because I remember when she anointed my hands. It feel like it's still prevalent today in my feet and my mouth, and said that you're going to reach the nations. God will make your name great in the nations. And that's when I remember that the calling was great. I didn't know what it was at the time, but as I got older, I began to cultivate that gift, and realizing every time I went back to my hands and my mouth and my feet were anointed to spread the gospel of Christ.
Yes, sir. What impact do you want to have on people through your music and songs?
Man, I just want people to, when they hear me sing, I want them to understand it comes from a place of sincerity, man, and I want lives to be changed for the better, and just to encourage somebody, man. Like, I know everybody is not going to be love my voice, love my singing, but when I open up my mouth, I want them to say, hey, man, there's something that this guy sung, said, or spoke that changed my life for the better, you know, to walk like Christ and be Christ-like. So that's my main goal. When I get up and sing, I don't sing for people. I know people are there. I thank God for people, but I sing for the audience of one every time, because I believe when I sing for God, He's going to handle the rest and draw whoever He wants to draw to Him through me.